I think we're amazing. I think we're beautiful. I think most of us have had the privilege and the honor of having children. Our children are usually by this age, young adults, and that's such an amazing thing. I mean, I think women in their 40s are accomplished, are gentler with themselves, are able to say what it is they want, what they can live with, what they can't live with, are more sure of what they want the next phase of their lives to be. And most of them are really accomplished professionally and otherwise. I think they also view relationships very tenderly and purposefully. They're clear about the kind of friends they can easily cut off. And they're very clear about what they want to invest in different relationships.
I think women in their 40s are beautiful. I think they're confident. And if they're not, I think they should be. I think, and when I say that, it's quite a general question. I mean, there's the women that I know in their 40s and typically they do tend to be much more outspoken, much more liberal in terms of even their thought processes and the way they choose to live their lives. There's a confidence that I find really attractive that women in the 40s have, but also just in a really fun space, which again is just fun to see as well.
Oh, I find them so necessary for my own mental well-being. Relationships, girlfriends, connections, even in professional settings have just become so valuable to me. I just really, really value community and sisterhood and friendship in a way that, I don't know, I think in years past it was more about who could help me with my kids or cover for me at work, but now they have just been a lifeline to really navigate all that life throws at you once you get into your 40s.
I spent so many years being so critical of myself, so I think I'm actually getting kinder the older I get. I don't think I'm overly critical to myself. If anything, I'm much kinder than I ever was. So it's almost like I'm doing the reverse of what it is that I've done or did for so long.
I think I have a very close relationship actually with my inner critic and my inner cheerleader. They're often at odds with each other, but I think my inner critic hears more often than not that number one, when things don't work out, it's better this way. And secondly, that I deserve all the respect, the accolades, the appreciation, and the love that comes my way. No, I had no idea. I just, probably naively walked through every decade of my life. I think sometimes in our African context and Ethiopian context that I know, you don't necessarily talk about all these stages of life as you're going through them. You just kind of arrive there, and then you maybe understand better what aunties or your mother went through. But in terms of talking about or thinking about these stages, you just show up and, do your best.
I think so, because I mean, I wanted it to happen. So I've been open to it happening. It's an age, or being in my 40s is something that I looked forward to, like I mentioned, literally for about 10 years before that. And for me, the 40s were always going to represent some kind of magic and freedom.
I think the terrible leadership that I've seen at the top of many countries, just disappointed with the way that people compromise, the way that they are hypocrites, the way that they have no integrity. I think most of all that they don't think about the collective good. That has just blown me away to see how sad and how hopeless that we can feel about the future.
I don't know why this is still the case, but a lot of the WTFs are surrounding the "I still don't have a man" WTF.
Oh, God, freedom, clarity, peace of mind. And the most important thing that people need to know about their 40s is that you're a product of what you're trying to build. In your 20s and 30s, you're going through insecurities. And in your 40s, you choose to either be a strong person or be a weak person. That is my WTF.
Relationships. Yeah. Thinking that there's certain perfection or expectations that I must meet. I was like, yeah, whatever, man. It ain't that serious, and it ain't about that. Being able to also agree with myself. You know, somebody was saying this morning, when things are serious, you call meetings with yourself. Just agreeing with myself on what it is that I want. And when it doesn't necessarily rhyme with what somebody else wants, yeah, well, what the F.
It will be, if I was to, I mean, there'll probably be other expressions, but yeah, just, you know, what, not caring less about what people think of me, or my choices. Yeah, just being driven. Yeah, it's actually really not giving a toss about what people may think of whatever it is that I'm choosing to do. And if they do, too bad. It's my life.
So typically when women turn 40 and older, there's a lot of changes that they undergo, mainly depending on whether they've had a baby or not. My opinion is that women should see their gynecologist when they have a problem. Of course, we do have the annual screening that must be done, you know, for your breasts, for example, your annual pap smear. Some women prefer to do a pelvic ultrasound just to see if their ovaries, you know, have any growths or are the right size and all that. I wouldn't say there's an exact age that women should come. I would say do your annual screening and then come if there's a problem, or if you feel, you know, you want to do something, you know, recreationally, for example, something cosmetic recreationally. Otherwise, go to your gyna when you have a problem.
What the?
What the?
What the